What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers, Titans Return, Flintlock, and Sergeant Kup. So, it's Kup, and he is vaguely representing his G1 appearance. Vaguely, again. The colors are kind of there. We've got the it's kind of like sea foamy, greenish, bluish, turquoise-ish color here. We've got Flintlock, the the Titan Master, excuse me, looking interesting. The face sculpt looks interesting. We'll have to take a closer look when he's out of the package, but as you can see, he does turn into his weird space pickup kind of, I don't even know if it's really a pickup truck. It's like a hatchback with the missing hatch or something. But anyway, as you can see here, we've got the robot mode on the back. We've got Flintlock here in both modes. Flintlock can, of course, drive the truck in vehicle mode. That's pretty neat. And, of course, the vehicle mode itself. On the side here, you can see that the Titans Return figures work with all the different size classes, which is neat. And, of course, we have a little blurb about Sergeant Kup. With the Decepticons arising, the Autobots power up with Titan Master partners to stop them. Decepticons recoil when they see Flintlock and Sergeant Kup. Flintlock gives Sergeant Kup the ability to blast enemies with bursts of metal melting acid. Wow, okay. That's intense stuff. So, yeah, I mean, Kup, he looks ornery, he looks cantankerous, just like me. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy out of the package. He transforms in 18 steps. So we're going to go ahead and check him out right now. Alright guys, so here we have Sergeant Kup and Flintlock in vehicle mode, and we're going to take a quick look at the collector card here first. So here it is, nice big sturdy cardboard piece of thing. It's got a nice image on it, and on the back you can see, of course, Sergeant Kup and Flintlock's stats respectively. Not really tearing it up in any particular setting, so you know, there's that. Thing is, he's a survivor. That's what Kup is all about. So there you go, you got that. And of course, here is the vehicle mode, and it is representative of Kup as we are familiar with him. Some nice paint apps going on here. You definitely got the blue, the kind of cyan and weird, you know, very light bluish colors, along with some nice flat grays. And they work. They work fairly well. You got some nice painted hubcaps on the wheels here, which is also a nice little thing. Especially considering that these back wheels are actually encased in this little bit here. They didn't have to paint these wheels, but they did, which is kind of nice. I assume it's just because they're all the exact same wheel, but I'm not 100% sure on that. May very well be. No, it can't be, because this one obviously has, maybe, I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. Anyway, so here you can see, oh, I've actually got them a little bit warped in the center there, but yeah, not too much else going on here as far as vehicle mode goes. You can open up the cockpit area and remove Flintlock. You can see there's a little seat inside there. I haven't been able to really get him to kind of sit down in any meaningful, kind of locked-in way. It's entirely possible that you can. I mean, there's the little indentation for the little bit on the feet here, but I just can't get my fat fingers in there, so, you know, I'm just kind of stuck with whatever I get. But, you know, it works. So here's Flintlock in his robot Titan Master mode, as you can see, and then you can just close these up and flip that over, and you've got a kind of a sort of a more or less a Kup face. I don't know, it doesn't really seem that Kup-like to me. I mean, vaguely, sure, but mostly it just looks like, I don't know. It looks like Springer just smelled something particularly nasty. So I don't know. I'm not really digging the face sculpt so much on this guy. But you know what? Your mileage may vary. Your opinion may differ. And that is okay. So for transformation, what we want to do here is we're going to go ahead and leave this up. And we're going to remove the weapons first of all. And actually, give me 1 second. We'll get right back to this. Alright guys, my apologies. Anyway, as I was saying, what you want to do here is remove the weapons. And if you want to, you can even plug those together, and they make a nice little seat for a Titan Master. There's even some pegs there to stick the feet onto. And you got this nice little gun pack. And that'll come into play in just a little moment. But for now, what we want to do is actually come around to the front of the vehicle and unpeg the sides of the vehicle, basically, the entire sides of the vehicle. And then we're going to go over here to the back, flip these panels down, and then flip the sides of the truck all the way around, and we're going to make the legs out of this whole jumbled mess. So we want to flip these panels up like this, swing these around, and they're actually going to peg in. There's some little slots there and some tabs right there, a little hard to see, so tab them in just like that. Bring these around, flip these sides up, tab them in just like that. Bring this panel down, lock it into place, bring this panel down, and it's gonna lock into place just like that. Bring the foot forward, and there you've got 1 foot for Sergeant Cup all ready to go. So bring that around just like the other side. We're going to swing this up, tab it in, swing that down, tab it in, swing this back, clip it in, swing the foot out, and there you have some legs ready to rock. And now we're just going to bring this whole section out, and it's going to collapse the front of the vehicle into this section here. We're going to keep swinging it down. I'm going to swing the hip around here and then collapse this whole section in on itself. So like that, and then bring the windshield down, and that's going to just tab in like that to form the chest of the robot. Next, and last really, we're going to unfold the arms. We're going to unpeg them like this, and then bring these down, and then they do peg in very solidly here on what is basically a tab for a Titan Master, more or less. I think it's meant to be that size. And then flip the wrist down. And one problem I had when I was first transforming this guy, I tried to do it without the instructions, as I always do the first time, just see, test my might. I kept popping the wrist off because I kept trying to bend it in this way when it's meant to go out this way. So, just FYI, I'm sure it's not really gonna become an issue for you. But so there we have Cup's body. And now we can just go ahead and peg in flintlock. Oof, come on, man. I think that's in. There we go. We got him. We got him. Just had to fix the angle of the dangle there. And there is Cup in robot mode. And, I mean, he's alright. There's nothing really amazing about this figure. I mean, I'm excited that it is a new mold. So that's kind of a big deal for me. He's got a very flat robot mode back, which is good and is not so good depending on your outlook, because while it's nice to have a very clean robot mode, it's also like he looks like Gumby. I mean, he's just square on every angle, and there's just there's no dimensionality to him except for his legs, and then that just makes him look really bottom heavy. But what you can do is actually take these cannons that he comes with, and you can plug these in on his back, and I think that actually improves his robot mode, in my opinion. And of course, you can take them off very easily. You can turn them around this way if you'd rather have them up over the back of his head. They can be cannons, they can be a jetpack, you can split them apart and have them be, guns, of course, in his hands. Whatever you want to do here is absolutely fine, but for me, I think they just look better and improve the overall robot mode appearance if they're just tagged onto his back here, like that. So that's just me. That's how I'm going to leave them for the most part. So articulation, he's got the ball joints, he's got the head on a ball joint due to that Titan Master gimmick, of course. He does have ball jointed shoulders. They can go up like so a little bit and down just like that. He does have a bicep swivel. He's got a double elbow joint, which is nice. Wrist can go out to the side for whatever you'd want that to be. He does have a waist swivel. It's kind of a loosey-goosey waist swivel, at least on my copy. Your mileage, of course, may vary. He's got ball jointed hips, which are nice and tight. He's got a thigh swivel here and a decent knee, which is nice, and a little bit of movement in the toes there as well. His toes are cut at an angle to have a semi-separate stance there. And I think it's mostly just because of the bulk of the legs goes to the inside of the legs, so he kind of has to have that in order to actually stand at all. But it helps him, give him a little less of a just straight up and down robot stance. I know some people prefer that, but I'm not one of those people. So yeah, but overall, a decent figure. Certainly not my favorite. Not, you know, not going crazy over this guy, I gotta be honest. I like his colors just because the colors are a little bit different. They're kind of fun. And I do like having a Cup figure, which I don't have very many of. But yeah, overall, that's that's about as much as I can muster for Sergeant Cup here. I was really hoping I was going to like him quite a lot more than I do. But again, he's not bad. He's just, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you go. That is Sergeant Cup and Flintlock. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also helps me out. I'll be back with more Transformers, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.